Audio check 1 2. Audio check 1 2 3 4 5 6. Hey guys, AJ Town here live with the T-Storm Chaser. Sorry about that delay there. I had a quick technical difficulty that occurred with this, so I unfortunately had to deal with this. Get ready, folks. We're in for a monster storm system that is going to start moving into the Dakotas, Nebraska, Iowa, and Minnesota here in the next 24 hours is what we are seeing. Unfortunately, Western Nebraska is going to be looking at that a lot sooner. We're going to break that down. We're going to give you hour by hour. We're going to give you snow totals. We're going to give you exactly what we're going to see. Fortunately, this is the only storm system that we are watching. We are not watching anything else for the next 240 hours. So your 10-day forecast is looking like a gorgeous 10-day forecast this time of year. We did put just a little bit of a chance of seeing some snow on Sunday. We'll discuss that as well. So stick around with me. We're going to have a fun next 30 minutes. That's how long I take, unfortunately, guys. But what makes us different is we discuss this. We break it down. We take looks at different models, and we have some fun with this as well. And it is going to be a monster of a system. Let me tell you, some areas are going to see up to 2 feet of snow. Some areas are only going to see a trace of snow. Where is that? When's it going to happen? We got it hour by hour with T-Storm Chasers. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to continue to bring you some great weather information. So let's jump into this. I'm going to rotate this back here. We're going to start. Here we go, guys. So what we are watching is out of the Rockies, so out of the Colorado area is where the system is going to be coming. This system is pushing off into a northeasterly direction, really impacting Nebraska here in the next 6 to 12 hours. In fact, I have seen reports that I-80 is going to be closed from North Platte to the western border there in Nebraska in preparation of this snow system. So we are going to be looking at a very strong storm system, so be prepared. I do feel and I do think that we're going to see the I-29 corridor south of the Sioux Falls area closed when this does come through. I do feel that we might even see the I-90 corridor east of the river closed as well as the system comes through. So that is just my prediction. I cannot say that's going to happen 100% for sure. There is our time and date right there. So we are looking at this live right now with us. and it might be just a few minutes delayed for some of you that are watching. But if you watch this later, you guys will know that is the time and date when this was recorded, and we're going to jump in. So as we start to watch this monster system start coming out of the Rockies and into Nebraska, there about 03 Zulu is when we really start seeing this. So 03 Zulu minus 6 hours is, let's go, 9 o'clock in the evening is when we start to see this start to come across the Rockies into Colorado, into the western portions of Nebraska. Now 6 Zulu, so midnight. Let me jump back there. Midnight is when we really start to see this move into southwestern portions of South Dakota, extreme western portions of Nebraska. That is going to be why this I-80 corridor is closed, is because of this system that we are watching right now. As you can see how strong the system is. My system keeps jumping on me, and I certainly do apologize. Look right here. That is going to be the strongest system as that is moving in a northeasterly direction. Now, this is at 09 Zulu, so this is about 3 o'clock in the morning is what we are seeing with it. Then as we come into about 6 o'clock in the morning, this is exactly why right here, look at how strong the system is going to show why I-80 is going to be closed in Nebraska. So, as we do put the map into motion there, that'll continue to slide a little further eastward, northeastward. Look at these heavier bands. Omaha area is seeing a strong band. Grand Island, Nebraska, and central portions of Nebraska is also seeing the heavier bands. Good news is we're up here at FSD, so we're seeing some lighter bands push through. But as I do put the map into motion, look how much that shifts northeastward. Now watch this. There's that heavier band. That really shifts northeastward and starts bringing us our heavier band of snow. That'll continue to stick around. We are looking now. This is at 06 Zulu, so this is about midnight. So as you plan getting up in the morning on Thursday morning, be prepared for this winter storm system. Be prepared to have to shovel. Be prepared to have to give yourself some extra time. Be prepared for I-29 to be closed. Be prepared for road closures, because this definitely is going to impact overnight. And then as we go into the 6 a.m. time frame, we do start seeing things finally wrapping up, moving out of the area by your lunch hour, and going to really allow time to start cleaning up. Now, as I did mention, we are looking at Sunday, just a little bit of a clipper system. That's why I put a little bit of a chance. You can see some snow showers pushing through. Otherwise, as we go through the rest of the week, we're not seeing much of a snow system. Wednesday, we're just watching just a brief little clipper system. Nothing major for snow totals with this system that pushes through towards next week. We are starting to watch another system that is pushing out of Canada, but that is 240 hours out. Take it with a grain of salt. Don't pay that close of attention to it, because we are not confident on this occurring. We'll start discussing this when it gets closer to the 200-hour mark is what we will start talking about. One concern that we do have as this system starts to ramp up and move into the area, winds. Now, these surface winds, these are surface winds at ground level, sustained winds. These are not wind gusts. As we do watch here, coming into Wednesday, as this system comes out, watch this. You can even see where this system is coming out of the Rockies here with this model run. As we do progress here, coming into Wednesday night, we start to see some heavier indications of stronger winds. Roughly right now about 20 miles an hour at lunchtime. Then as we go into your commute home, right through here is where we are seeing the stronger winds. We are going to see winds sustained. These are sustained winds. They are not gusting. These are sustained winds upwards between 25 to 30 miles an hour pushing through the Sioux Falls area. So, as we do put the map back into motion, we can see these sustained winds are sticking around through the day on Thursday and finally out of the area by Friday. So we're going to see some heavy winds with this. Now, as we take a look at our wind gust with this model run as well, I'm going to jump right into where the storm system starts to really impact us. So it's about 6 o'clock in the evening is what we are looking at. We can see wind gust upwards to 40 to 45 miles an hour with this as it pushes through the area. Some decreasing down to about 35 miles an hour with this European model. Now, we're still looking at about that 30 miles an hour sticking around on Thursday. Then we do see, you can see right there is going to be about the FSD area. You can see FSD's right there, so Sioux Falls. And you can see right in that red area there, we're still seeing wind gust upwards to 30 to 40 miles an hour. So we are continuing to see that. That's finally going to progress out of the area by your commute home on Thursday if you go into work. Be prepared to work from home, as I am going to really strongly suggest that Wednesday into Thursday, the system is going to move through and bring us our substantial snowfall. So I am really suggesting Thursday morning, be prepared, be ready. Winter storm warning is in effect for all the area in purple. Goes into effect for the Sioux Falls area. Goes into effect for the Sioux Falls area tomorrow. From noon until 6 a.m. on Thursday. So again, reason being that I'm saying I-29 is probably going to be shut down south of the Sioux Falls area because of this substantial snowfall that we are watching. As we go into a winter weather advisory that is in effect for the areas in green along I-29. Again, reason I'm saying I-90 is probably going to be shut down east of the river. So this is something to be prepared of, because I do suspect that I-90 is going to be shut down and I-29 is going to be shut down south of the Sioux Falls. North of Sioux Falls, between Brookings and Sioux Falls, is going to be really questionable, and I will jump into why. We'll jump into why in just 1 second. Winter storm watch, because we do expect the system to stay strong, is going to be continuing to progress its way eastward and into western Minnesota, or eastern Minnesota, and through Wisconsin into the upper peninsula of Michigan. So we are going to see a winter storm watch continue for those areas there. As we take a look at some snow totals, let's take a snow total look at using the European model. One of my favorites, because the European model has been pretty consistent with snow totals. So we're going to take a quick look at the European model, see what we are looking at. So again, coming into about your commute home, about dusting to an inch of snow is what we are predicting. Now watch this snow system, because you're going to see it's going to drop quite a bit of snow for 6 hours. We're looking at 3 to 5 inches by midnight. So from 6 to midnight, we're going to see about 3 to 5 inches. Now from 6 a.m. to midnight, or 12 a.m. to 6 a.m., we're going to see another 2 to 3 inches of snow push through. Then, as that system progresses and moves out of the area, by Thursday, you can see right there in central portions of Nebraska. Nope, I'm not far enough. But anyways, central portions of Nebraska are going to see near 2 feet of snow. But let's do this. Let's put that right there, because that jumped on me. Look at this. So, Sioux Falls, right here, right? Look at this line right here. It's not going to take much of a shift northward for us to see a greater total. You can see, too, if we look at, so we're going to go Sioux Falls. Oops. So we're going to do Sioux Falls down to the 10-inch mark. we're looking at a 37-mile shift is all it's going to take for us to see another substantial snowfall. Good news, though, for some of us. Others of us is like, dude, we need this system. If it takes a 30-mile shift southward, we're going to see less snowfall. So we're still on track. We're still looking at a substantial amount of snow. Now we're going to look at the GFS and see what the GFS says. The GFS is saying right about that 7.3 inches. You can see it's sticking true to the central portions of Nebraska for a large snow amount. Now, the GFS isn't as high as what the European model is. Thank you, Julie. Greatly appreciate those 200 stars. Greatly. Thank you, Julie. Anyways, 7.3 for the Sioux Falls area is what we are looking at. Yankton area, they have 11 inches of snow for the Yankton area. The European model agrees with that, unfortunately, guys. So, along the Nebraska border there, that's going to be about 10 inches of snow agreeing with each model that we have seen. So, unfortunately, along the South Dakota-Nebraska border, we're looking at quite a substantial snowfall. Down in the Norfolk area, we're looking anywhere between 10 to 12 inches of snow as this pushes through. So 10 inches to a foot of snow is what the Nebraska area is going to see. So with that European model, we're going to take a look at this storm and see what's going on and see where it's at and move it hour by hour and let you know when this is coming. So you can see right here is this storm system moving across the Rockies. And we're going to do it hour by hour here. Now, as we move, let's go current time. So we're going to do current time. So this is about 10 o'clock. You can see that it is starting to form and approach the I-80 corridor. As it comes over the Rockies and gets out of that area, it starts to gain some strength as it moves northward. You can see down on 70 there as well that it is really strong. This is continuing to push northward. Now, this is why North Platte to Wyoming is the border there is closing. Between North Platte to the Nebraska border, I-80 is closing. And this is why is because this system is moving through the overnight hours. So we do see there 4 o'clock, it's still over the I-80 corridor. Oops. 6:45, 7:45, 8:30, we finally start to see it approach the I-90 corridor there, West River. Then as it does continue to progress, we do start to see it strongly progressing northeastward. That will continue, and my map did not load. Sorry, guys. Let me reload this. It won't take long, I promise. Joys of doing a live show. Certainly do apologize here. We are running into a technical glitch. Please give me just a minute to get this taken care of. And we will be back here shortly. Oh, as we are waiting on that to load, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. As we take a quick look at your 7-day forecast, you're going to see that temps are going to be in the 20s for most of your 7-day forecast. Tuesday's going to start cooling down as that next system pushes through. Sunday, I put a slight chance because of those little clipper systems that's pushing through the area. But otherwise, we are looking at a fairly decent week. Sunday, I'm going to about 20% is about all. Overnight lows are going to be in the low double digits to upper single digits. So you guys can see that is what we are looking at for the next 7 days. Now my model should be loaded. So let's take a look here at this hour by hour. Let's jump back where we were. So by about 11, about noon, this will start moving into the Sioux City area. You can see it's already been across the I-90 corridor there. The thing to remember, though, is these winds are coming with it. So It's not going to take much. It's not going to take much for snow to blow with the system. Then as it starts to move in extreme southeastern South Dakota, by about that 1 o'clock, so between 12 and 1 o'clock, it really starts affecting the I-29 corridor south of the Sioux Falls area. By about 2 o'clock is when we start to expect to see things move into the Sioux Falls area. By about 3 o'clock, we start to see things really start ramping up. Then by about your 5:30 commute, we do see some darker clouds there and some stronger snow system there. This is going to wrap around as that low pressure system comes through, and that's where we're going to see the strongest of those snow totals pushing through. So through the overnight hours, by about 2 o'clock, we expect to see things start tapering off. By 3 a.m., between 2 and 3 a.m., we start to see things really taper off there. And then by about 4 or 5 o'clock, we start seeing things move eastward and out of the area. Now, we are going to take a quick look at snow accumulation. Here is the latest model run according to the HRRR, looking at 4.8 for the Sioux Falls area. 29 inches for central portions of Nebraska. Now, the HRRR model run keeps this storm system just a little further south for snow totals. You can see there about 5 inches. Sioux City's down to about 10 inches. Omaha 9.3. Grand Island 18. Let me zoom in just a little bit here to get a little more cities involved here. Norfolk, Nebraska, just over a foot. Yankton 10. Vermilion 10. Spencer 6.2. Fairmount 6.1. Mankato 5.2. Tracy 3.9. Brookings just under an inch. Huron just under an inch. Mitchell about that 3 to 4 inch mark. Winter about 8 inches. Then, like I did mention, along the South Dakota border is where we're going to see that greatest snow totals. You can see right there, those greatest snow totals are going to be right along that South Dakota-Nebraska border. We do see 281 is also going to see the strongest of this as well. Chamberlain area about 4.4. Worthington about 5.3. Laverne about 4.6. Just to kind of give you some ideas. Sioux Center 7.3. Storm Lake about 9.1. Lincoln, Nebraska, about 9.8. In Columbus, Nebraska, 11.2. O'Neill, 14. Broken Bow, right over 2 feet of snow according to the HRRR model run on this one. So we are seeing definitely a strong system is going to move into the area and impact us. We're going to take a quick look at the National Weather Service and kind of break down their predicament and explain things here a little bit of it as well. So this is from the National Weather Service, about 4 to 7 inches. We're about that 5 to 8 inch mark, a little more than what the National Weather Service is, but we are also watching the shift there. And you can also see the National Weather Service is saying this as well, where snow could shift north or south. So we are definitely watching this system. If it does shift more of a northerly track, we're going to see stronger snow totals. We'll have more tomorrow morning on certainty. But you can see also up there they put Interstate 90 Wednesday night, evening into night, 2 to 3 inches per hour along I-90 is what they are going to see, which is also what we are saying. You can see right here, make alternate plans if traveling late Wednesday and Thursday. We're really encouraging that as well, folks, because we are watching the system. It is coming. It is going to be strong, and it is going to impact the area. Here is a look again from the National Weather Service. 1 to 3 inches per hour for some areas. We are looking at snow accumulations really going to add up very, very quickly. You can see that it does start to move in, according to the National Weather Service, by 7 p.m. So about your commute home is actually we will see snow falling. as we go into another thing here that the National Weather Service has put, you can see that they have put Sioux Falls under a moderate impact for travel. So definitely going to feel this impact. Now, as we are looking at that, we actually have a slight risk of seeing some severe weather in the southern portions of the country. Unfortunately, folks, the southern portions of the country is getting hammered again and again and again. We are watching that this is a continuous weather pattern for the last 15 to 20 days where it's part of the jet stream that's coming and grabbing the moisture off of the West Coast, and then the Gulf Coast is feeding it, and it's just been unfortunate down in the southern portions of the country. And we are seeing that here as well. As we take a quick look at your precipitation outlook for the end of the month, we are going to be near normal for our precipitation outlook. So that is a good news. We're not expecting another big snowstorm system according to the National Weather Service. As we take a look at your temps across the region or across the nation, we're unfortunately looking at a cold streak coming. We're getting away from seeing the temps above normal, and we're going to start seeing temps below normal for the rest of the month there as well. As we take a quick look at your temps across the area there, we are seeing temps in the upper or mid-20s to upper teens. We are seeing, again, along the I-80 corridor, you can see right here, right above me, we are starting to see temps finally drop. However, this is a concern right here, 34 to 36 degrees, where we are seeing those temps warmer than freezing, and they are getting impacted. So that is another reason why we are watching I-80 being shut down for the evening into the overnight hours, is because of this. So again, real quick to kind of reiterate, there is a winter storm warning that goes in effect tomorrow at noon and lasts until 6 a.m. on Thursday. So again, be sure to have a plan as we start to watch this large snowstorm system move in. And then as the snowstorm system does move in, we are going to see travel concerns. I do expect 29 to start to close, or 29 to possibly close, and 90 to possibly close east of the river as this system does come through. Definitely something we are going to monitor and watch very, very closely as the system starts to move into and come in. We will be live tomorrow morning with the latest update as well, with the latest model runs, and bring you an hour-by-hour update with that as well. Stay tuned with T-Storm Chasers. Thank you, everybody that has continued to support us and do continue to support us and will continue to support us. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Have a safe night and get ready.